Obviously, very, very proud of the players. It's been 2 hard weeks, and really, really proud of the way that they've stood together. Go on, sweetheart. Really, really, really proud of the way that the team stood together, and I think that we've gotten better each week. And certainly wasn't perfect tonight, but there were a lot of really good things, and thought they played like a team, which was really important to me. That first turnover down in the red zone, defense going out there and getting the stop, holding them to a field goal. That's really the culture we want to have. And having 96 yards rushing in the fourth quarter, that's the culture we want to have. Putting games away with the run game. So a lot of things obviously in between. Had a couple guys go down with injuries. Ramir went down and Cam went down. Gabe went down at the end, so hopefully they'll all be okay. But a lot of credit to Northern Illinois. I was watching that Florida State-BC game today, seeing BC almost beat Florida State. After seeing these guys beat BC, knew it would be a battle, and I thought our guys hung in there and did a good job.
Know that Heinrich was going to be the guy, and just how proud were you of his effort stepping in and what he did tonight?
Yeah, I think he practiced well on Tuesday, and then practiced well on Wednesday. Jeff really worked his tail off to come back and be ready to go, and showed unbelievable team by being willing to practice on Friday. Was willing to go out there and be the third team quarterback, emergency quarterback. But I just think after we got done with Wednesday, we knew that it would be Heinrich, just because he was practicing pretty well. And then we got in the game, and Northern Illinois completely changed. They did some things just for Heinrich. I mean, they ran up the field, and so they really tried to take away the zone read game for us. They really tried to take away the counter game. Some of the things that we're pretty good at, they took away. So I thought Sat and Donnie made some really good adjustments on the sidelines, and found some formations that were good for us, and we were able to run the ball at the end.
How critical was that sequence where I think you started the drive on the 8 when it was 7-3, and you get it to midfield and then the stop, and you took advantage of that short field. You flipped the field and made it 14-3.
Yeah, we played a lot in the first half on our side of the field, and that was, their punter I thought did a great job, and Ed brought a punt rush the one time we didn't get there, but we got some, and so then the next one, down there backed up, which led to points. I thought that was a pivotal drive, and I thought the 90-yard scoring drive, obviously, to take it 90 yards and just kind of be ball control, those were 2 good drives for us that were pivotal in the game.
When you have the defense that you do, how much confidence and comfort does that give you that you can put them out there in so many situations and maybe give your young quarterback time to find his sea legs out there?
Yeah, I mean, I challenge the defense. Think of this as a defensive team. When you play defense, people will often say it was an ugly game because everyone really just wants to see offense. But I mean, they're fun to watch. They're fun to be around, and they played to the very end. Unfortunately, and credit to them. They did just what I know they did just what we did last week. They played to the end. Thomas Hammock wants to go win the MAC, and he's got his team ready. So I thought that was great by them. But yeah, I think for us, it allows you to say, hey, we can, even if we go 3 and out here, we can trust our defense. We just wanted to protect the ball tonight, and after that early turnover, I thought we did, and just let the runs accumulate, let the field position tilt. But we had some aggressive passes. We hit the first play of the game, or second play of the game, whatever it was. We hit Marcus. I thought that really loosened things up early. We hit Fedoni down in the end zone on the pop, on the pass. So. We let Heinrich spin it a little bit more than maybe we thought we would, but again, they were kind of doing some things to take away some runs. So, but the defense gives us a lot of confidence to play that way.
But what did you think of Heinrich's performance overall?
Sorry.
What did you think of Heinrich's performance overall? The leading rusher didn't make many mistakes out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did what he was called upon to do. Like the rest of the team, there's a lot of things to improve. There were some throws, some throws where. And third down, I think one of the key. At one point, we were 1 for 7 on third down, right? So that was one of the big things that was holding us back. And I thought, we settled down and got some third downs later in the drive. His ability to, run the quarterback draw, won the quarterback options. We started the game off with an option. I thought, that wasn't done for anything other than just we wanted to get Heinrich going, and that slows down people's blitz packages. But there were some pivotal plays. Like there was I don't know if it was Ramir or who it was. They brought max blitz, and we checked into a quick little tailback screen. And early on in the first half, we beat the blitz, and then second half we hit Gabe. Gabe stepped in. All those are Ramir's jobs, and Gabe stepped in. So I thought Heinrich did some really high level things. We'll just keep working with him.
You rushed for 96 yards in the fourth quarter. That's kind of the goal that you talked about What was it like to see the team perform and do that before?
Yeah, we always talk about fourth quarter shutout and 75 yards rushing in the fourth quarter. That's the formula to win. It was awesome to see Javen, I think that was Javen, right, jump up and intercept that ball. Unfortunately, I really respect their quarterback, and principals. We talk about going and blocking the quarterback, so you just have to block him with just your hands. Principal, I don't think, was trying to be disrespectful to him. I really respect Lombardi, but that's kind of how we want to play at the end, right? Put some pressure on the other team, especially I've never coached in an environment like that, with the crowd like that on our side, and that really affected the game, I thought too. So. But yeah, getting those rushes, finding some things. We found sort of the outside zone that was a good matchup for us, and the backs made the runs when they had to.
How do you feel getting one under your belt, a win?
Thank you.
Under your belt.
So sorry.
How do you feel about getting a win under your belt?
Yeah, I know for a lot of the fans and for a lot of people that care deeply about this program, this game was probably about having some hope that things are moving in the right direction. For the players, and I appreciate them. Let me just say that. Like, I got on that bus today. We walked out to that bus, and I've never experienced anything like that. We got booed the first play of the game on offense. I've experienced that before in Philadelphia, but I've never experienced the crowd and all those things. And that was great. I thought it was awesome, and I thought the crowd played a huge role today. And seeing all the kids at the tunnel walk and all those things, it's like before the game, Giff walked up to me and he said, "You know what, Coach? No matter what, this will never get old." And I said, So. I thought that was great. But I think the biggest thing, so as much as it would probably hope for a lot of people that this is working and that we're moving in the right direction, for me, this was about belief. You know what? I believe that what we're doing is working. I believe we're doing it the right way. I believe that we could overcome, the first two games and being close but not close enough in the first one. So I thought the players showed a lot of belief, and they showed a lot of belief in each other. And that's, in today's day and age, sometimes that can be hard, but we have special players, and I was glad they got the win the way they got it. I mean, that's how we're going to play, and at least for right now. And, on offense, I think the biggest thing that happened was they started to bring the plays to life, right? We weren't just executing Marcus makes a play, the backs make some plays, Bullock makes a play, Fedoni makes a play. The play Fedoni made on the sideline, that's who Thomas is. And so, we just got to keep going and keep driving that.
Start, I know you focus more on how you finish and how you start, but with a new quarterback, what did that do for the confidence of the team?
I think we needed that. Again, I'm not a big start fast guy because you're sitting there 7-3 and then you're 7-0, all of a sudden you fumble the next drive and it's like, all right, what's next? But I think our team probably needed a little juice like that, and our team needed that. And then I was proud that there was kind of some lulls after that, and then we sort of found because we're just kind of growing up together. When you have, it's not like we're a team that can't run the ball, so we run the quarterback. Like, we're an zone option team. Like, we're going to do that. Like, it's part of our offense. So I don't care who the leading rusher is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to run all those guys. And I thought, those guys learning that people are going to play it differently every week, and you just have to keep probing until you find the right thing, like finding the 4-wide zone read. We had a couple where if he pulled it, it would have been a touchdown. He finally pulled it, and we were out. So I was proud of all that.
Thoughts on Nash's performance tonight, especially in the first half?
I'll be honest with you. I can't sit here and tell you who played great on defense because it felt like they all did. I thought we had great interior pressure inside. I thought a couple times we were close to getting a sack, and we just gotta keep working those guys getting their hands off. But we're playing so many guys on defense. We're just rolling guys in on defense, and everyone's kind of playing to a standard. And honestly, when I don't know how many plays we play on defense tonight. I'm sorry. When you play 58 plays and you're rotating guys, there's probably some guys that are starters that play, that were starter caliber that only played probably 15, 18, 20 snaps. So, but that's, we had a good night. So, but I thought, Nash is one of the stalwarts on our team, and he and Ty really set the tone inside.
Did you anticipate the defense being this on point in terms of its execution? They seem to know where things are going before the snap. They get there, the hustle, all that. Did you anticipate it being this good?
I think if you think back to me talking in preseason, I was always pretty confident about, people would ask me about the D-line, and I said, I think we're going to be okay, and I was always pretty confident. But, those guys have played a lot of football. Mike Dawson's I've known Dawson a long time. He's a heck of a football coach. Chenander's, actually, Barrett Rhule, those guys are really good football coaches. So they played for really good coaches, and they know football, and they played a lot of football. So now you got Luke Reimer out there. He knew one scheme, and now he just kind of changes it, and they went through that change. Bill Bush is an unbelievable football coach. They played for some great coaches, and now they're coming in. It's a different scheme, but tackling's tackling, running the ball's running to the ball. This isn't me I told our team this, and I think our team agrees. We have excellent players on the trade teams and the scout teams. And we got Demetrius Bell and Quentin Ives. These guys are going to be unbelievable Huskers someday. So I think we practice really competitively. But I thought early on that the defense was going to be really tough to deal with. But we haven't even hit we had one Big Ten game. There's a lot more to be seen. We got to get better this week.
Coach, I know it's premature, but, all things considered, Jeff Sims, I know the fans want to know. Jeff Sims, if he's fully healthy next week, do you open this up as a competition, or is Jeff Sims still your guy?
Yeah, I think we figured out that both quarterbacks are good quarterbacks. I mean, the situation that Jeff went and played in the first two games was difficult, okay? And a lot of things that weren't his fault were pegged on Jeff Sims. So we got a lot of confidence in Jeff. We've known all along that Heinrich can play. We got a good situation. I won't talk any hypotheticals. I don't know who's going to be healthy, who's not. But I know we can win with both guys, and you guys know how I feel about Chuba. So I think we have a lot of players. I think the biggest thing for us is, just continuing to find the guys on offense who can make plays for the quarterbacks, So those runs that AG made at the end, Gabe made at the end, we're just going to keep finding guys. All right, thank you very much.